So hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video we will see how you can make a login sign up form in Next.js. So if you don't know what Next.js is, it is a very popular framework of React, which itself a framework of JavaScript, and a lot of people are using it. So it is very popular right now, and you should also use it because it just make React very easy, and it has also some extra features more than React. So let's see how you can make a login and sign up form in Next.js, and you will see how easy it is. So first of all, you have to install Next.js. Just like React, you have to write npx create, but you have to write npx create next app and then add the latest and a dot so that it installs in the same folder. So let's wait till it installs, and before that you can see it is asking some questions. So here, yes, write y, and then it is asking if you want TypeScript. So for now we will say no, we want only JavaScript. And ESLint you can write yes, Tailwind we will write no, src directory we will write no, app router yes, and then import alias no. So let's see. Alright, so as you can see the installation is completed, and let's take a look at package.json. So we have some files over here, and in the dependencies you can see there are 3 things, but now we have to install some more. So write npm I and then write MongoDB, which is the database, then Mongoose, which is used to connect to MongoDB and Node.js, and then React icons, which is we will use for some logos or icons, and lastly we will write next auth, and this is the most important one, which is used to add Google login in your app. So hit enter and it will install all 4 of these. So let's wait. So yep, as you can see all the dependencies are now there, and now let's take a look in our app folder, inside which the main page.js. So if you remember in React the main file is app.js, but in Next.js it is page.js. So to start the server you have to write npm run dev. So let's hit enter. Alright, so as you can see the app is ready and it is running on localhost 3000. So let's open a browser, Chrome, and go to localhost 3000. Let's see what is there. Yep, as you can see there is our app, and we have to first remove all of this, okay, but for now we will just let it there, and we will make some backend code first, and then we will come to this page.js. So don't worry. So for that, for backend app, we will make some new folders. The first one is utils dot just utils, and inside this I will make a file database.js. all right, and then one more folder I will make called models, and then inside this folder here I will write user.js, which is a model. So let's write some code in our database.js. So in this file we will write the code to connect the database to our app. So first of all I will import the Mongoose, okay, which I have installed right now. So there you go, I have imported the Mongoose, and then I will make a variable called is connected, and I will give it a by default value of false. Then I will export a function which is called connect to db. Okay, this is a function. Here I will write an async because it is an async function and it is an arrow function. So inside this function I will use some commands of Mongoose. So mongoose dot set, there you go. Inside this you have to write strict query just like that, and then provide a value of true. okay, just like that. And then after that you have to write an if else statement. So if is connected, that means if it is true, we will just write uh, console log mongo is already connected. We are doing this just because it will not run in a loop and not connect again and again. So just to prevent this, we are doing this if else statement. Otherwise, if you do not do it, it will just run automatically again and again and make your app slower. So after if else statement, I will write and try and catch block. Inside this, I will write an await dot mongoose dot connect. So this is the command to connect to the URL. For now I will leave it empty, and here after that, so if it is connected, I will just make this variable true. Okay, and then after that I will give it a message called connected to MongoDB. That's it. And I have to make the catch block also. So just oops. All right. So our code for database.js is empty. The only thing left is to enter this URL, to give this URL. So for that you have to install a app called MongoDB Compass. I have already installed it, so make sure you have also installed it. So as you can see here, MongoDB Compass, open it and it will give you an URL so that you can connect it to your app. It is a local database, so if you want to make a app and to host it, you can use MongoDB Atlas, but for now we are using MongoDB Compass. So here, as you can see, whenever you will open this, you can get a URL and copy this URL. Okay, just copy this and close the MongoDB Compass and just paste it over here, and after that make a slash, and then after the slash, whatever you will write, that will be the name of your database. So for example, I will write here next login tut. So this will be the name of our database. All right, so our code for database is done. Now let's write some code for user.js. So this is a model in like what schema you want your data to be inserted in the database. So I will import few things. First one is schema, then second one is model, and then third one is models. All right, so these three things you have to import. Then I will make a function called user schema. It will be a new, and then we will use the schema, and inside this we will write the schema. So the first one will be name. So from the user to log in, we will get the name and an email. So the name, the type of name, the type of name will be string, and it will the required will be true. That means it cannot be empty. All right, and we will do the same thing for email. So just write email here, that's it. And after writing the schema, you have to export it so that you can use it. So I will write export default models. So you have to write models, not model, and then user schema. Just write user here, and then model, and inside this user comma user schema. So this, if you are wondering what is this user, so this is the name of your collection. Okay, so in the database, this is the name of your database, and in this is the name of your collection. So inside this user, all your data will lie. Okay, so after writing code for your user.js, we will make some more folders. So first of all, another folder. So first of all, we will make components. So components, and inside the components I will make auth provider.js. So here you have to write some code. So in this auth provider.js, the first thing we will write is use client, which allow us to use state and some other features of React. So after that we will write import, and then what we will import, session provider from Next.auth / React. There you go. So after that import, I will make the function called auth provider, and it will be an arrow function. So, and it will also have some arguments. All right. So it will return some HTML. So there we go in the div, and you have to write session provider just like that, and that's it. And inside session provider you will write children, and you have to import this children from this argument over here. And not only children, you have to also get the session just like that, and here you have to write session is equal to session. That's it, and all the code for auth provider is also complete. So let's move on to make a new folder, and which is API, and it is inside this app. Okay, so inside this app I will make another folder called API, and inside this I will make another folder called auth, and there you go, auth. And in auth I will make another folder inside auth. Okay, so inside auth I will make another folder called, in brackets, next auth. So make sure you give it next auth, the spelling should be correct, and you have to give the 3 dots as well, and it should be in square brackets. The square brackets means it is a dynamic root. So hit enter, and then inside Next.js finally we will make a file called root.js. So this root.js will be the backend code in which we will handle the user data, the backend user data. So we will leave it empty for now, we will come to it later. For now we will customize the page.js. So as you can see over here, our website is looking like this. So let's add a login form real quick. So first of all I will just remove all of these, so all of this just like that, and then I will add a ghost tag. All right, and then first of all I will just make a very simple login form. So here login form, and then an h2 tag called login with Google, because in this video we are seeing how you can use Next.js and you can log in with the help of Google, so it will be very easy. So after that I will make a button, and which says just log. So let's see, and there you go, you can see something like this, and the background is black because you can see in globals.css. So this is the reason. If I just comment all the global.css, you can see now it is normal. All right, let's take a look at our page.js. So here I will just go to a website called icons, React icons, and you can see it is a very cool website where you can find all the icons if you are working in React, and Next.js is a framework of React, so you can use it in Next.js also. So I will search here for Google, and you can see we have many Google icons, and I will choose this one, So you can see copied BS Google, and now I will just import it. So what I will write, import, and then give that name from React icons, and then slash BS. Okay, write BS because this is BS, and I will change this button and add the logo. So I will write FC Google, and I have also changed the import, and I have added FC Google instead of BS. So make sure you have also done that. And here I will write this. So now let's see, and you can see there is our Google login button with the icon as well. Let me just zoom a little bit so you can see clearly. Alright, so there is our very simple Google login form, and now it is time to add the actual login functionalities. So how we can do that? You have to import some things. So first of all, I will import sign in from Next.auth React, and then use session. So these two things you have to import, and also I have to import use router from next/router. There you go. And inside our home function, what I will write here, I will make some variables. Const data, okay, so const data will be equal to use session. There you go. And it will give the it will tell us if the user is logged in or not. So we will use it for that. And after that I will write an if-else statement called if session. So if session, then what will happen, I will write router, all that, and similarly data, and similarly you have to make a variable called router. So there you go, I've used router. Okay, and now you can use this router. So router dot replace, and it is just used to replace the URL. Okay, so I will write here replace and then home page. Okay, home page, that's it. Now in this button over here I will write some functions. So I will write on click. So on click, it will be an arrow function inside that. So I will use this sign in function. That's it. And inside this I will give it the value of Google. So let it know if it is Google or any other app you want to log in with. Alright, so I think that's all the code for the page.js. Now the only thing left is to use this root.js and write some code over here. So come in root.js, and here also you have to import some things. The first one is next.auth from next.auth next. Then you have to import Google provider from next.auth slash providers slash Google. Okay, just like that. So after that Google provider import, you have to import user. Okay, just like that. If you remember, this is our user, and similarly after user you have to also import the database, or not database, you have to import connect to DB, just like that. And now we can write the rest of the code. So first of all I will write here const and give it a function name called handler, and then I will write over here next auth, and inside this it will take some arguments. the first one, it is an object. So the first object is providers. Okay, so providers, and it itself is an array. So inside this array you can give multiple options, but in this video we will only be using Google. For that I will write Google provider. As you can see, it is giving me an suggestion also, and this Google provider itself will take two more arguments. The first one is, as you can see, it is recommending me as well. The first one is client ID, the second one is client secret. So give client ID and leave it as it is. Alright, and same thing for client secret. Okay, we haven't written anything over here. For that, let me just make a new file, not inside that, new file called .env. And if you don't know what .env is, it is to secure all your personal or protected data. So here what I will write, Google ID, and this will be a string, so we will get this string, don't worry. And then Google secret. Okay, this will be also a string. Save it. And how you can grab this Google ID and Google secret over here, you will use process.env. so process.env dot Google ID, just like that. And similarly I will do it over here. Alright, and secret. Okay, so in this way you have got the Google ID and Google secret, and after that this providers, it will take one more argument, or you can say one more object. So that is callbacks. Okay, so this one is an object. Alright, this one contains an object. The first thing you have to write over here is async session, and inside this you have to write session, and it is a function, so it will return something. So it will return just session. Okay, just don't worry what is this. After that, after this session function, the main thing comes, which is the sign in function. So I will write here async sign in. Okay, so it will take some arguments. The first argument is account, the second argument is profile, the third argument is user, and the fourth argument is credentials, but we will only use this user. So after that is a function, and inside this I will write some try and catch blocks. So just like that, inside this try block, what I will write, await connect to DB, and there we go. In this way our database should be connected. Then what I will do, I will write check email. It is a variable, and it will check if the user is already in the database. We will not insert that data again and again. So that's exactly what I am doing here. So it will find for that email. So how we can do that, we can write dot find, and email will be equal to user dot email, just like that. And it is giving me could not find user. Did you mean user? Okay, alright. After that I will write if check dot email. So if it is true, if the user already exists, then you know what, length dot length, because it will return an array. So if it is 0, that means there is no user. So if the user does not exist already in the database, what I will write, I will write user dot insert many, and then here I will give it name will be equal to user dot name, and then email will be equal to user dot email, just like that. And in the other, you can just console the error, and that's it. Now I guess our login form is completed. Let's just take a look, and you can see we are if the user logged in, we are directing them to home page, so we have to make a home page also. So in the app, here I will write home page, and then inside this I will make a page.js. So here I will just write home page. Okay, that's it. So one more thing we have to do, you can remember we have made this auth provider, but we have not used it anywhere, so we will use it in layout.js. So you can imagine this layout.js as a like component which will apply to all the pages. So here, for example, you can add the navbar which will apply to all the pages. So in this, what I will write import, and then auth provider from @components slash auth provider. That's it. Let me just take a look over here. So okay, all right. And all right, you have to also export this. So export default, and then auth provider. Okay, now we can easily import auth provider over here. And what do you have to write over here? After this children, you have to also write session. So for that you have to import this session also. So here I will write import session, and that's it. Then what we will do, inside this HTML and inside this body tag, let's just write over here, I will write auth provider, just like that. Okay, and I will give it an arguments called session will be equal to session, and we are passing it through here. There you go. And I will write children inside this auth provider. So that's all, I guess. And also I have made some changes in page.js in the app. You can see I have written over here return.null, and I have also changed this router to navigation, and also added use client on the top. So make sure you have done that. And now let's take a look. You can see there is our login page, and let's just open MongoDB Compass over here, and let's connect. And at the left hand side you can see all the database. So let's search for next login tut. So you cannot see right now because we haven't added any data. So let's just click on this login and let's see what will happen. So okay, so we have forgotten the main thing, which is to write the Google ID and secret. So but before that we will add the Google ID and secret, but before that you have to also add some more things. The thing is, you have to write next auth slash URL, and in this you can give http slash localhost 3000. okay, you can give it port number, and then similarly next auth URL internal. okay, just like that. And also next auth secret. Okay, so in this secret you can write anything, so any string you can write. All right, so now let's get this Google ID and Google secret. So how you can do that? Search for Google Cloud Console, okay, and click on the first link over here. Now go to this console, so click on this console, I'll just quickly switch to a new account because this account is full. Alright, so after opening my second account, you can see some interface like this. Now click on this project over here and click on new project. So you can name it anything. Alright, let's click on create, and you can see the project has been created. So it is loading, let it wait. So yep, as you can see, now it is done. And open this menu over here and click on more products, then API services, and then click on this auth consent screen. So here you have to create some credentials to get the not this auth credentials. Click on this credentials over here. So here you can see a button to create credentials. Click on it and click auth client ID. Alright, so now in the application type, click web application name, let it be that. In the URL you have to write localhost that. Okay, but in this authorized redirect you have to write API/auth slash callback slash Google. Okay, so make sure you have entered exactly that, and after that just click on this create button, and it will create that credential for you. And you can see there is our client ID and client secret. So click copy on client ID and paste it here, and then similarly client secret and paste it here. That's it. Save this env file, and now let's take a look at our website. Let's go to the login page. So let's click on this login. Alright, so I have made some changes. So in the root.js I have added this line export, and you can see handler as get and handler as post. I forgot to add this line, but make sure you have added that because it is very important. So let's save our app and let's see if it works or not. So I will just click on this login form and let's wait. And as you can see, and there are options to log in with my Google account. So let's choose an email ID. So let's click on this techie web dev email, and there you go. You can see you will notice that it haven't redirected us to the home page. That's because I have commented that line. If you notice that I have commented that line to redirect us to the home page, but we will just uncomment that. But before, let's check if the data is there in our database. So yep, as you can see, if I reload that, you can see there is one data, name is this and the email is this. So now let's check one more time. So I will just log in one more time and I will add another email ID. So in this case I will add this email ID, and alright, so let's take a look at our database. I will just refresh it, and yep, as you can see, there is our data. So it is working great. And for the redirection, I will just uncomment that, and you will notice one very good thing about it. You can see it will directly take us to the home page. And if I just in the new page, I will just write localhost 3000, it will not take me to the login page, it will directly take me to the home page. So I will hit enter and it will load, and as you can see, it will take me to the home page. So that's how you can make a very simple login form in Next.js. So I hope you enjoy this video and learn something new. And you can also also get the name and email ID of the user in this home page, and not in this. This is the login page. So yeah, this is, so you can get the name and email of the user in this home page and display that here. Okay, so this will be also very easy. You can just use this session and do that. So that's all in this video, guys. I hope you learn how to make a login sign up form in Next.js, and that's it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one.